In life, we all face difficulties, some small, some overwhelming. There are moments when things fall apart, when plans fail, and when we feel like giving up. But how we choose to respond during these hard times can make all the difference. While some let the darkness grow, others manage to carry a light within them, no matter how dark the world around them becomes. This is a story about one such person, a young man from a quiet village, who showed that positive thinking, even in the worst moments, can bring real change, not just to one life, but to many. In a peaceful rural village surrounded by hills, fields, and quiet village roads, lived a young man named Irfan. He came from a simple family of farmers and had lived in the same small clay house since he was a boy. Life in the village was hard, money was tight, work was long, and the weather didn't always cooperate. But what made Irfan different from others was his attitude. He always tried to find the good in every situation. Whether it was a failed harvest or a flat tire on his old bicycle, he would smile and say something like, "It could have been worse," or "Maybe this is just a chance to learn something new." Some villagers appreciated his spirit. Others thought he was too soft, too hopeful for his own good. But Irfan didn't mind. He believed that if you looked for something positive, you'd always find it, even if just a little. One summer, Irfan's bicycle, the only way he got to the nearby town, was stolen. Most people would have been angry or upset, but Irfan simply said, "Maybe I needed to walk more anyway. Good for my legs and heart." Another time, the village festival was ruined by unexpected rain. While others complained, Irfan stood laughing with children, dancing barefoot in the mud. "The crops must be happy," he said. "That's reason enough to celebrate." His positive mindset slowly became something people noticed, even if they didn't always understand it. Then came the storm. That year, the rain didn't stop. Rivers overflowed, flooding the entire village. Homes were destroyed, animals lost, fields washed away. The damage was worse than anything the village had seen in decades. Irfan's own house was reduced to broken walls and soggy clothes. His family lost nearly everything. For the first time, Irfan was quiet. He sat outside his ruined home, looking at what remained. People watched him. Some whispered, "Even Irfan can't smile through this." But the next morning, before sunrise, Irfan got up, grabbed an old broom, and began clearing the muddy road in front of his house. "We're still here," he said when a neighbor asked what he was doing. "That means we still have a chance." His simple words carried weight. Slowly, others joined him. Together they cleaned, repaired, helped each other, and shared what little food remained. Irfan didn't lead with speeches. He led by example. His steady optimism became the strength that the entire village leaned on. Weeks turned into months. Aid eventually arrived. Volunteers came after hearing how a small village began rebuilding on its own. Families returned. Fields were replanted. Laughter returned to the streets. One day, a journalist visited and asked Irfan, "Why didn't you give up when you lost everything?" Irfan looked at the road, now clean and dry, and said, "We don't always control what happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond. I chose to keep walking, even in the rain." Later, with the help of villagers and friends, Irfan started a small open-air school for children under a tree. He taught them reading, writing, and stories like this one. He called the school the Bright Side Academy. When asked why, he simply smiled. "Because I want every child here to grow up knowing there's always a bright side, even if you have to look a little harder to find it." Positive thinking doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means choosing to believe that things can get better and doing your part to make that happen. Even in difficult times, a hopeful mind gives us strength. It helps us move forward when it would be easier to sit still. And most of all, it inspires others to do the same. Just like Irfan, we all have the power to be the reason someone else keeps going. And sometimes, that's how real change begins, not with miracles, but with a calm heart, a hopeful mind, and one small step at a time.